Welcome to the Magic
Thank
Circle.
you.
How have you found the evening so far?
I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, I didn't actually realise this was the inaugural one, but yeah, I think it's great.
So it's the first time the Magic Circle's combined both the Stage Magician of the Year and also the award ceremonies. Tell me about your most magical experience.
Well, I'm a massive Derren Brown fan, and I've met him a few times, and I'm actually sitting on the table with him and having a lovely chat. And he's always the most charming, nicest guy in the world. And I always have to. I guess I don't really get starstruck anymore, but I've read all his books, and I find him so fascinating that I always want to be like, "Can you tell me how you did this?" But you read his books, and he's got all the kind of psychology and science behind it as well. So it's pretty magical hanging out with him anytime, to be honest.
And he's great. And yes, we had a long chat with him, and he's inspirational for a lot of people, as you are people starting their career. What advice would you give them?
Starting your career, you need no matter what you do and who you are, or how talented you are, you'll need a slice of luck. But don't be disheartened if it doesn't come straight away. Just be ready to grab it whenever it does.
And what's been your favourite role so far?
Well, I've had a few that I've really enjoyed. I guess filming 6 months of the year in the Caribbean for a few years wasn't. Please do feel sorry for me. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst. But so that was probably right up there. The Royal family will always be a huge part of my life. So will 2 Pints. I've been very lucky. I've done so many lovely things. I played George Harrison on stage when I was 22. That was fun. So I'm just. I do. I'm 44 now. Royal family I did when I was 20. It was 27 years ago, and I do keep thinking I've been very lucky. So hopefully it carries on.
And your proudest moment, if you were pushed?
A few, I guess. I think. Obviously, look, when I was 19, being on stage at the Grosvenor with Caroline Aherne, Craig Cash, Ricky Tomlinson, Sue Johnston, collecting a BAFTA for the Royal family. It was so crazy then. It was so surreal that at the time, at 19 years old, I was just a bit like, "Oh, this is fun." And now I look back at it and go, "What an extraordinary seminal moment!" I think that's probably right up there. I've probably had a few since, but I don't know. None I can think. I've not even had a drink. I'm driving.
Oh, no, is that right? Where have you got to drive back to?
Oh, just home, but just North London. But but yeah, no, put me on the spot. Can't think of anything more interesting.
No, but that's fantastic. No, the Royal family, and it's one of those comedies that just lasts forever.
Yeah, well, it was. People keep coming up to me and talking about it now and saying how much it was an influence on them and how, performers, how it made people want to get into the job and all that sort of stuff. And I don't say this with any kind of taking any credit or indeed with any arrogance at all. I was just a 17-year-old kid that was lucky enough to kind of be dragged along with it. But I feel like, in some small way, I feel like I'm kind of a part of history. I'm part of a small piece of history, and I'll always have that. And I feel incredibly privileged because of it.
It's a glorious part of it. What's been your biggest regret?
Wow. This is the most in-depth interview I've ever done in my entire life. I was going to be like, I like the trick with the cards. What's been my biggest regret? Oh, I've too many to mention.
There's a song there somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I tell you what, I hope this isn't too much of a fluffy answer for you. I can't actually pull plenty. But I think I'm always, anybody who goes, "Oh, I don't have any regrets," I'm always like, why? Are you not learning anything?
Well, exactly, you've got to have regrets.
Well, also, how else do you learn? So I think probably now at 44, and I'm a considerably more thoughtful and considered man than I used to be, because I've got a bit older and the world's changing and we all change and grow. I actually have more regrets now than ever. But I think you should, otherwise, how do you do better?
Give us one.
Well, I haven't properly chatted to Derren Brown yet, and I'm
there you go.
So there you go. So I'm going to go in a costume now, make him sign a deck of cards or something.
And finally, this is about magic and surprises tonight.
Yes.
Tell me something surprising about you.
I've never had a more in-depth and trickier interview in my entire life. You've accosted me by the toilets at the Magic Circle Awards. This is amazing. You should write for GQ or something. Something nobody knows about me or surprising about me. I don't really do it anymore, but I'm a I'm a private helicopter pilot.
There you go.
Is that surprising?
That is surprising. Why don't you do it anymore?
Well, I did it because the story goes, I thought my friends were going to throw me a surprise 30th birthday party. So they kept on asking me what I wanted to do, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. And then my 30th birthday came along and nothing happened. So I was like, well, this is really disappointing. I'd saved a bit of money, and I didn't have any responsibilities, and I thought, I've got to do something completely crazy that I never thought I would do, but I've always would have loved to, just to seize that, overcome that disappointment. So I qualified, and then, I don't know, a few years back now, I thought, well, it's a bit gauche, isn't it? It's a bit gauche. Just to be swanning around in a helicopter. It's not great for the environment or whatever. I'm glad I did it, I'm glad I qualified, but a few years back I was like, I don't do it anymore.
There you go. A real time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. What a pleasure.
Enjoy your
evening. What a tough interview. I didn't realise I was going to be grilled so effectively. I'm going to have that drink now.
Have that drink. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Like I've earned it.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.